Welcome to the installation of your reveal roller shutter. Firstly, you need to cut the sill angle. This is simply done by putting your track or your guide against the face of the brickwork. Using a pencil, just scribe the back of the guide towards the edge so that you can gain the angle required to cut the sill angle. Using your hacksaw, now trim this angle. One will be for the left and one will be for the right hand side of your window. Measure the head box. This is very important as all sizes of shutters vary the head box size depending on the height. For example, this roller shutter measures 180 millimeters. So when you put your guide against the window in the reveal location, you can then measure the distance from the top of the guide to the eave line. Cut off any excess. Now you need to secure the roller shutter into the reveal. Preferably full brick are the option to use. So mark where the full brick lines up against the backs of the guide. These marks will be used to drill your 6 and 10 millimeter hole to gain access to mount the roller shutter to your house. Again, measure the head box size on both sides and look for full brick to mark your reveal hole. Drilling the holes into your guides are simply done by drilling a 6 millimeter drill bit through both skins on the running face of your guide. Once you have done the 6 millimeter hole, clean out the running surface with a 10 millimeter bit. This allows you to gain access of fitting the screw head through that particular section of the guide. This operation throughout the markings that you have put on your guide from when you measured the guides into the reveal opening. Now, one important tip is to crimp the slagle into the guides. Just simply use your side cutters or pliers just to squeeze the end so that the slagle does not dislodge inside the guide. Now that we've done the preparation to the guides, we need to mark the distance or the location for us to drill the access hole into the house for this manual roller shutter. So we have measured the guides and trimmed to angle. We have marked the fixing holes. So we now are locating the mark against the brickwork to drill the access hole into the house. This is simply done by marking across the top of the guide and to approximately 40 millimeters above that mark so that we can clean out the brickwork with your masonry drill. So we have now drilled the access hole to gain the access for the tape to go into the house through the brickwork. So that we can chase the hole inside the house to line up this precise location, simply use some electrical tape and mark against the fly screen or your window so that you can see this location once you're inside the house. So now, once you are inside the home, locate the point by tracing the tape measure to inside the house. Mark it against the gyprock, and by using your 25mm spade bit, drill completely through the gyprock and drill directly straight to the cavity of your house. This hole needs to have a tube roller, a tube tape fitted to it. Its distance is very critical, and you will be able to see its location once viewing from outside. Once we have inspected the hole from outside to its correct location, we can then cut that tube to size. So simply view through the hole that you've cut in the brickwork to the end of the tube. Ensure that that distance is approximately halfway through the opening that you can see. That is now the length of the tube that you need to cut. This will ensure that the tape comes out of the box directly into the tube roller and into the house. For the preparation of installation for your roller shutter, unravel approximately 2.5 times the amount of tape off the tape spool and feed the tape through the ducting that's at the back of the roller shutter. Ensure that the tape is on the inside edge of the roller, not on the outside edge. This will prevent any wear against any metallic objects. Your next step is to fit the end plate inserts. Simply locate those into position and, if required, gently assist them into location with a pair of vice grips. Your roller shutter is now ready to install onto the house. So simply fit your guides and then your shutter can be put into location. Installing your roller shutter now is very simple. Place it on the windowsill, hold it into location and drill your masonry drill through into the brickwork, securing it with your screws and wall plugs. Once your shutter has been fitted into position, it is now time for you to secure the tube roller that you've cut to size inside the house. Feed the tape through it by retrieving the tape with using a wire loop, and now fit the winder box. This video will show you some simple techniques to ensure that if you pull the winder box completely apart, that you will be able to rearrange it or reassemble it back into position. So simply use a texture pen and mark the metal tooth against the corner of the winder box. So if this gear was removed, and it is shown in this video, that you will replace it back into that same location. Feeding the tape is very simple. You feed it through the top roller and feed it onto the plastic gearing, as shown in this video. Simply put the other half of the cover on and your winder box is ready to install. For securing your winder box to the wall, if there are no studs behind your gyprock, you will need to use gyprock fixes as shown. Simply mark out the locations of your winder box against the gyprock and feed the gyprock fixes into the gyprock. You can now secure your winder box to the house.